Hey Ron, I guess this would be workout 4, I believe, in our mix here, 3 or 4. Being that we had the opportunity to play golf together, it kind of allowed me to put a little bit more thought into the way that you prep for your golf round. We found that when we got to holes, let's say 12, 13, you started to really get a nice shoulder turn. You started to let your whole body get involved with that swing. Rather than being a little tentative in that shoulder turn. So what I'd like you to do before you get in the car and go to the course is the following warm-up that I'm going to take you through right now. But it's also the warm-up for this workout. So all of this is going to be really helpful. But again, just remember to do it before you get in the car to go. It's going to make you feel more like you did on hole 12 or 13, but on hole 1. So I'm assuming you have a foam roller. If you don't, we can easily get you one, or I'm sure there's a way to easily get one out where you're living. First one, we want to loosen up the IT band. And we want to go about 40 seconds on each of these, on each side. We want to place this kind of right below your hip joint, top leg up and over. We're going to roll down almost to the knee, roll back out. If you find some real tension spots, stay on them, grind them out. We're trying to regain the integrity of these areas and have them function the way they should, breaking up adhesions. So we do both sides. The next one, probably most important, biggest one for me for sure, getting my hips through. Sit on the foam roller. Let's cross your right leg over. The reason we're crossing the leg over is to push out a muscle we're trying to hit. I'm going to go to the right hip joint. So right leg over, right hip joint. Go from that hip joint up towards your lower back, hitting the meat, kind of the glute medius, kind of outside your butt. And again, iron that on out. If you're anything like me, you'll feel one side to be very different than the other. My left side is way tighter. Next, if we're going to have those, everything starts with the base of our golf swing. Okay, so calves, super important that we have those loosened up. I'm very tight here as well. So this is definitely a tough one for me to get through, but you may find different. We're going to cross the leg over, lift the butt, and we're going to change the angle on that leg rolling up and back. Okay, again, about 40 seconds. Switch it up. Lastly, get that golf posture ready to go with that upper back. Hands behind the head. This is going to go in the center of the back. Roll all the way up towards the upper back, back to the center. Try not to hit your lower back. It's just an area we don't want to put too much pressure. And that's all you're going to hit with the foam roller. Okay, but then we want to warm up that golf turn. Okay, so say that's going to take about 5 minutes. Take this hand, keep your knees down, reach as far forward as you can, low as you can get that hand behind you. Forward, low as you can get that hand behind you. Okay, repeat for about 15. Okay, we're really getting that spine to open up and we're separating that upper and lower body. Okay, again, that's your warm up, and now we'll step into the workout. All right, so stepping into the workout, again, the warm up you did is prior to this or prior to your golf round. I understand that you only have a bouncing medicine ball, but it's important this time of year, being that you're playing golf, that we are using this. Okay? Power is the most important thing we can work on immediately before the season and during the season. It's just going to keep you moving the way you want to. Okay, so the first one, I want you to visualize your weight transition, your backswing, everything that you've been thinking about in your golf swing. Load in. We want to head back with that ball. So you notice that I'm already heading back rather than stopping it and then reaching back. Okay, we're going to try for 20 aside, pretty high pace. That heart rate should go up. Okay, it's 20 aside. You can use any type of band attached just about anywhere. Okay, for these next ones. We want to grab a hold. We want to get into our inside approach golf swing position and visualize from basically our power zone from hip height to hip height. Pop your hips, explode at that golf ball, 30 aside. Okay? So you're teaching that coil that needs to happen on every golf swing. And lastly, we're going to, again, however your band works is just fine. We're going to pull the shoulder, turning the spine, quick and explosive. So prior up to this part of the year, you've been working on strength with the same range of motion, which is heavy but slow. Now it's time to be fast, yet coordinated and skilled with those movements. We're going to try and complete those, and this was 30 aside as well. Complete those 2 times through before you go to this next part. All right, part 2 of your workout. Your first part focused a lot on that upper body power, okay? Your legs are gonna be equivalently important when it comes to the power development. And it's gonna help with that cardio work as well. So I'm grabbing a 25 pounder, but anything that feels about right to you, somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds is probably great. I like this because we can really get a hold of it nicely. So just feel out what you have in your gym. First one, I know you've done quite often before. We're gonna go on that single leg. We're gonna touch that weight to the knee at hip height, back over the head. Hip height, back over the head. 12 aside, nice and controlled. Number 2, we're going to side lunge, reach that weight over the foot. From here, explode, get that weight over the head. 12 aside, again, heart rate's gonna get moving pretty strong, okay? Last in this section, I'm gonna have you get into a lunge position. Then we're gonna head down, up, reach across the body, turn. Right there is gonna be my toughest point of balance, but it's getting you to understand how to reach out to your target. Down, up, explode, turn, 12 aside there as well. Relax. All right, so again, the one we just did, 2 times through, so everything will be 2 sets before you move on to the next part of the workout. Final part of your workout before stretching, you're gonna take that medicine ball. This movement, you should feel your back work. It should feel like it's going pretty crazy, but it shouldn't feel like sharp pain by any means, all right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into that butt balance position. I want you to reach that ball as far as you can to the side, pass to the other hand. All right, we're looking to go 8 aside, 16, take it slow. All right, 8 aside, 16. And then we're gonna take the ball, let that back rest, feet are up in the air. All you're gonna do without moving your legs is get that ball as close to your toes as you can, trying for 35 repetitions. It's gonna be a lot harder than you'd think it to be. Lastly, one we hit quite often to keep you loose for that golf swing, okay, is to drop those hips. So let's take the ball. This is an advancement because of the weight. We're going to drift it to the side, back to the center, drift to the other side. Okay, just find the greatest range you can make, trying for 30. Okay, so again, repeat those 2 times through after you take a little break, and then you get your stretches in. Right. Okay, you've made it through the workout, time to stretch. Always important, do not do any static stretching before you play golf. A lot of people have this, are confused in regards to how they should stretch and this and that. If I go up prior to a golf round and I sit there and hold these stretches for 45, 50 seconds, all I'm doing is creating an opportunity for injury because I'm getting those muscles, basically disengaging those muscles for protection. And the last thing you want is a disengaged muscle when you're swinging the club 105 miles an hour, right? So you only do static stretching after a workout. Prior to golf, like we started with, it is dynamic stretches where you feel the stretch, release, feel the stretch, release, not sit there and hold the stretch. Okay, so static stretching for right now because you're done with your workout. You can grab anything or you can just use the wall. We're going to go to the side bend. And we're going to come up and over, and then I'm going to sink my hips as far that way as possible. I'm trying to create a big old C with my body. If my feet are out here, I'm not going to feel as great a stretch as if they're in close as I sink my hip. About 45 seconds aside. Hand against the wall, fingers face behind you. Okay? Right now I'm already getting a forearm stretch before I even go further into it. And then I'm going to turn and rotate. We've done this before, it gets you into that backswing position pretty comfortably. Okay? Lastly, with time, we're all going to get a little bit tighter in our lats. We want to continue to be nice and mobile there. Hands high against the wall, bent knees. Drop your chest until you feel stretching here and here. Okay? That would be about 45 seconds as well. One we can't leave out for your hips is the pigeon. Often when you're here, I stretch you in regards to this, but this is a way that you can do it on your own. We start out in this position. I fold over. I drive that leg back. I'm stretching the outside of this lead leg. Once I get there, I can relax down